Over the past decade, successive Australian governments have increased spending on education, only to learn that academic achievement in the country's schools has slipped well below our international counterparts. A push is now on to encourage states to allow school principals to become more autonomous, taking over the control of their budgets and their curriculums. Much of the new thinking in Australia was adopted in Finland more than 30 years ago and has given the Finnish what the OECD consistently rates as the best education system in the world. In a moment, we'll hear from Pasi Sahlberg, the Director General of Finland's Ministry of Education. But first, this report from Amy Bainbridge.
Australia's education system is slipping down international rankings. This month, the Grattan Institute released its report on education. It found the average 15-year-old student in Australia is 2 to 3 years behind the performance of a student in Shanghai. A lack of funding isn't to blame. Education spending has increased 40% in the last decade.
One of the reasons is that we still have a concentration of disadvantaged kids, quite often in the government school system. And what we've found from the Gonski report is that you get a compounding effect when you have kids that, say, for example, may have poor English proficiency, they may be from a low socioeconomic background, they may be Aboriginal kids. You get all these things roll into one, and it's extremely difficult for these kids to achieve to their potential.
Australia is playing catch-up to Finland, the Nordic nation leading the world in education.
I think it's clear that the Finnish have placed a very high emphasis on the professional standing of teachers. It's considered a really desirable thing for people to do when they graduate, and teachers are well supported in the school system there, and they're well remunerated too.
The federal government has launched a $50 million program encouraging states to sign up to a system allowing them to make independent decisions about staff and resources. 3 years ago, it launched a program to give public schools greater autonomy to hire staff and manage budgets. 40% of WA's state schools have now applied to be part of the program.
The school leaders, in terms of the principals, say things to me like, "It's the best thing that's happened to me since I've become a school principal. I wouldn't go back to the old way. This is what I want to be able to do." And there's a number of reasons for that. And I think firstly, they talk about staff. And secondly, they talk about being able to make decisions quickly and get answers quickly.
And there have been good signs for students too.
It's early days, but we're generally seeing in Western Australia an improvement in our NAPLAN results, steady improvement over the last 2 or 3 years, and we're very pleased with that.
The minister says, like Finland, her government is working to ensure WA teachers are well regarded and well paid. Amy Bainbridge, Late Night.